So, hello students, good evening. How are you all? So, you know myself, right? I am Durga, your physics teacher. Okay. So, I hope सब अच्छे होंगे, right? अच्छे मतलब क्या? तुम अच्छे ही हो? Like you all are fine or not? I'm asking that. Okay. So I hope all are good, all are fine, all are doing good, all are healthy. Okay. So, आज पढ़ेंगे क्या पढ़ेंगे आज? भाई मेरा काम है पढ़ाना तो पढ़ेंगे ही ना? तो क्या पढ़ेंगे आज? तो देखो. So last 4 class, it's your 5th class. I mentioned in the description. So it's your 5th class. Okay. So far हमने क्या पढ़ लिया? We covered all the theories of unit and dimension. Yeah, we covered all the theories of unit and dimension. तो पूरा theory हमने पढ़ लिया. अभी क्या करना है? तो मैं again like every time I'm saying, for JEE and NEET you must apply the theories. Okay, in the problems, because they demand the solving problem rather than the theory itself, right? Theories they're asking, but to a little extent, but the main focus is solving the problem. तो इसको ही हम आज क्या करेंगे? जो थ्योरी पूरा पढ़े इसको हम डिस्कस करेंगे, अप्लाई करेंगे इन प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ सम PIQ ऑफ JEE and NEET एंड सम नॉर्मल क्वेश्चन. सो आई होप तुमको थ्योरी समझ आया होगा. नहीं तो मैं यहाँ पे भी पढ़ाऊंगा थ्योरी. एक एक क्वेश्चन में क्या बोलूंगा, एक क्वेश्चन में तो कॉन्सेप्ट यूज होगा, तो थ्योरी यूज होगा, मैं उसको लिखूंगा साइड में. और वो थ्योरी मैंने पहले से पढ़ा भी दिया हूँ, ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं पढ़ाया हूँ. कुछ छूट भी गया होगा तो यहाँ पे मैं कवर कर लूंगा, बोल दूंगा. बट आई होप I have taught all the things, so no need to worry for that. So let's start our live class. Let me check whether I'm online or not. Give me a couple of minutes. मैंने पहले से पढ़ा भी दिया हूँ. Okay, so I'm online. So let's start our session. So I hope this question is visible. I think otherwise let me get out from. Okay, let me adjust the camera little bit tilted. Yeah, I hope it's visible now. Yeah. Okay, can you ever read the question? So in a practical unit, if the unit of mass become double and that unit of time become half, then 8 joule will be equal to how many unit of work? Okay, see क्या बोल रहे हैं वो? In a practical unit, if the unit of mass become double, okay, unit become double, okay, and that of the unit of the time become half, then 8 joule of work done will be how much? Okay, तो बोल सकते हो कौन सा कॉन्सेप्ट यहाँ पे यूज करेंगे? ओके, सो हमने क्या पढ़ा था? व्हाट इज वर्क डन? फोर्स इनटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट, राइट? वर्क डन. और व्हाट इज द डायमेंशन ऑफ वर्क डन? M1 L1. Let me write here. Okay, writing solution here. Okay, so we know that the work done dimension is M1. Work is how much? Force into displacement. Force into displacement S, or I can write D. Force into D. force is m1 l1 t minus 2 and displacement is l, right? That's how much? m1 l2 t minus 2. Okay, m1 l2 t minus 2. सी, मैंने ये बोला था चाहे यूनिट कुछ भी हो, like whatever be the unit, but the dimension remains same. Okay, because unit depends on the system of unit you are taking, right? If you're taking SI, the force is Newton, time is second, and that L is meter, length is meter. But whatever the unit, like we have different unit of system, right? Usually have two, that SI and CGS. But whatever be the unit, but the dimension remain same. The dimension remain same. So work dimension, whatever the unit, it won't depend. Dimension remains same. Dimension is independent of the unit of system, right? Okay. So what is dimension of work? M1 L1 T minus 2. M1 L1 T minus 2. So what they are telling, if the unit of the mass become double, unit कुछ भी हो, mass double, unit कुछ भी हो, whatever the unit, dimension remains same. Okay, and time become half. Time become half. So what is the age of work done? So bolo, like I told about one thing, right? You can convert one system unit to different unit of system. You can convert one system unit to different unit of system, right? So asking, so at okay, in one unit system, m is m. Okay, in the first unit of system, I'm writing there, unit of system 1 and unit of system 2. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या है, यहाँ पे मास है, यहाँ पे क्या है 2m है. देखो मास है 2m, राइट? नो, इट्स नॉट मास 2m. ओके, तो कुछ नहीं करना पड़ेगा. देखो सिंपल सी बात है, जाहिर सी बात है कि क्या बोला कि अगर मास का यूनिट डबल हो, यूनिट में कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता ना, क्योंकि डायमेंशन रिमेन सेम. डायमेंशन रिमेन सेम, राइट? यस, यस और नो? सो तो यहां पे क्या हो गया? सो 1 जूल ऑफ वर्क डन कितना होगा? 1 जूल ऑफ वर्क मींस m1 l1 l2 t minus 2. ओके, और इसमें क्या होगा? इस यूनिट सिस्टम में 1 जूल क्या होगा? ये 2 m1, या लेंथ को लेंथ ही है, इट बिकम t by 2 पावर माइनस 2. तो क्या हो जाएगा? ये 2 m1 l2 t minus 2, ये क्या हो जाएगा? 2 minus 2 4 हो जाएगा. ओके, समझ गए? क्योंकि मास क्या हो गया? डबल हो गया, एंड ये क्या हो गया? टाइम हाफ हो गया. बट ये देखो 2 पावर माइनस 2, ये 2 ऊपर क्या हो जाएगा? 2 minus 2 का पावर माइनस 2 तो प्लस हो जाएगा. तो क्या होगा? ये हो गया 8 into m1 l2 t minus 2. तो 1 जूल वर्क कितना हो गया? सही, यूनिट ऑफ सिस्टम become 8 joule of work done in new unit system, in this unit system of system. ओके, समझ गए? जो एसआई में 1 जूल है, इसमें कितना जूल है? 8 जूल है. तो 8 जूल कितना होगा? वर्क एक यूनिट, राइट? तो 8 जूल अगर एसआई में है तो कितना होगा? एक यूनिट, राइट? द आंसर विल बी 1, राइट? आई होप समझ आया होगा. देख लो अच्छे से एक बार. क्या बोलूंगा? ओके, सो यहाँ पे क्या है? यहाँ पे मास है, यहाँ पे क्या है? 2m. So who is this AXC1Z? Who you teaching to, bro? I am teaching to JEE NEET student, and that mostly for JEE NEET students I am teaching. And where are you from? I am from Odisha. Is there any problem? That X1Z. Hmm? So I'm teaching for JEE NEET students, uh, and I'm from Odisha. Okay. So answer is 1 joule, because that in new unit of system, that 1 joule of work done in SI, it become 8 times, right? Okay, the answer is 1 joule. Okay, I hope. Move to next question. Yeah. Which of the following is the unit of force? Is the unit of force? Okay, the unit of force. So we know that, right? In SI, it's very easy. I hope तुम खुद से कर लोगे question. Okay, it's very easy. So see, it's Newton into meter. Okay, this is actually Newton into meter. Okay, Newton into meter. Okay, here don't get confused. M is what? Milli Newton. Milli Newton. Milli means 10 to the power minus 3. 10 to the power minus 3 Newton. It's called, N is what? Nanometer. It's nanometer. Nano means 10 to the power minus 9 meter. Okay. And it's Newton into second. Okay. So tell me, which would be the answer of this in the comment section, if anyone is live. You are not from Asia, so I think you are understanding me. Or see, if you are not from Asia, I am telling sometime in Hindi. Okay. Yeah, I will label it off. Not a big deal. See, I can do some good question. It's a basic question. Okay. I will be label it off. No need to worry. But let me tell you, if you're not from Asia, you're you're from another continent. So it would be, I think you don't getting Hindi sometime. But if you know Hindi, that's good. Little bit, little bit Hindi, that's good. Okay, but don't spam it. Okay, that X1Z, don't spam it. Okay, don't. Okay, the answer is option B. It's milli-Newton. Okay, milli-Newton. See, it is what is the? See, it is Newton into second. It's force into time. It's a distance. Nanometer is a distance. It is force, milli-Newton. Okay, it's Newton into meter. Okay, so option B will be the answer. Okay, option B. Okay. Okay. Which of the physical quantity has a unit but no dimension? Has a unit but no dimension. Okay. Has a unit but no dimension. Anyone? Okay. So ये तो पढ़ेंगे कैसे के? So relativity क्या होता है? It's actually VAB. It's a VA minus VB. It's actually the subtraction of two, subtraction or addition, depends on the direction. So it is it's a vector quantity. I have not taught you. If anyone knows, it's good. But it's will come in the kinematics 1D. So it's actually, let me tell you, the chapter again. It's coming. The chapter contains all the thing of all the chapters in physics. Okay, so many things you have not taught, it has not been taught yet. So मतलब क्या ही मतलब मैं बोल दूंगा फॉर्मूला क्या है. मैं बोला था ना पहले, इफ यू नो द फॉर्मूला एवरीथिंग यू नो इन दिस चैप्टर. ओके, सो इट्स VAB. तो क्या होगा अगर सी, तो क्या हो गया, मैं बोला इट्स द डिफरेंस बिटवीन टू वेलोसिटीज. अगर मैं इफ आई सबट्रैक्टिंग वेलोसिटी फ्रॉम वेलोसिटी आई विल गेट वेलोसिटी अगेन. इफ आई subtracting velocity from velocity I'll get again velocity. So that the dimension must be of this quantity. And dimension क्या होगा, velocity होगा, it's L1 t minus 1. तो इसका क्या हो गया, इसका क्या क्वांटिटी है यूनिट बट नो डायमेंशन. यूनिट तो है ना, यूनिट क्या है, मीटर पर सेकंड है, डायमेंशन भी है, तो ये गलत होगा. It is relative density. Relative density means what? Density of the object, density of the water. Okay, इस केस को क्या बोलते हैं, रिलेटिव डेंसिटी. एनी ऑब्जेक्ट इफ यू take the fraction of density of the object to the density of the water, you got relative density. Okay, or object density, let me write in the, इसमें लिखता हूं यहाँ पे देखो, it's density of the object divided by density. Rho is density, rho is density. Okay, density of the water. Okay, density of the water. So this will go, right, density by density will go. So it has, it will come, it will be a number, it will be a number but no unit and dimension, no unit and dimension, because it is density, density will go out, right, it will cut out. So it has, it will be a number but no unit and dimension, right. So bola has a unit but unit has a, it has a no unit and no dimension. It has no unit and no dimension, ये गलत हो जाएगा. Okay, because it has no unit and no dimension. Okay, now moving to strain. Strain again, strain मैंने पढ़ा नहीं होगा. strain का क्या है फॉर्मूला, strain is change in length divided by original length. Okay, तो स्ट्रेन पढ़ोगे, एक चैप्टर है स्ट्रेस एंड स्ट्रेन, दैट प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ मैटर में. ओके, अगर तुम फोर्स अप्लाई करोगे तो ऑब्जेक्ट का क्या लेंथ चेंज हो जाएगा. लाइक इफ आई अप्लाइंग फोर्स ओवर हियर, दिस विल एक्सपांड. ओके, तो कितना चेंज हुआ लेंथ, लेट्स सपोज ये, लेट्स सपोज इट इज 1 मीटर, बाय अप्लाइंग फोर्स इट बिकम 1.5 मीटर. तो व्हाट इज स्ट्रेन, कितना चेंज हुआ, इट्स पहले था 1 मीटर, देन इट बिकम 1.5 मीटर, तो चेंज कितना हुआ 0.5 बाय ओरिजिनल लेंथ, 0.5 बाय 1. तो स्ट्रेन चेंज इन लेंथ बाय ओरिजिनल लेंथ. तो आगे जाके पढ़ोगे अगेन क्या होगा, इसका चेंज लेंथ में लेंथ ही होता है, लेंथ बाय लेंथ कट जाएगा, लेंथ बाय लेंथ कट जाएगा. अगेन इट हैज नो यूनिट एंड नो डायमेंशन. ये भी गलत हो गया, ये भी राइट. तो क्या होता है एंगल, एंगल क्या है, एंगल, एंगल में क्या है, डायमेंशन नहीं है. क्यों, देखो एंगल क्या था, देखो ये इंपोर्टेंट है. So it's angle. Okay, तो हमने पढ़ा ना arc length, arc length equal to what, r time theta, r time theta. पढ़ा ना ये सब. Like if a circle is there, if this angle is theta, how much this length, this length. Okay, this is your arc length, it is your arc, the length is arc length. What is the formula, it's radius is r theta. Okay, okay, I hope you know this in 10th class, elementary level mathematics. Okay, so it's length na, so it's length upon r. R is what, radius, r is your radius theta. Okay, so see, radius is what, radius dimension is L and length is also L. So dimension wise it's L by L, so it will go, and no unit, therefore no, but there is a dimension, there is a unit, no dimension. So theta will L by L, so no dimension, no dimension. But tell me, for angle, please remember it, for angle there is no dimension but there is a unit. How are you measuring angles? By radians, or degree. Okay, by radians or degree we are measuring angle. We are measuring angle by radians or degree. But see, by this thing we get to know that there is no dimension. यहाँ पे dimension नहीं है, but तो unit तो है ना. तो क्या बोला था क्वेश्चन में? Has a unit but no dimension. It means no dimension, dimension नहीं है, but क्या unit है? Radian or stay radian. Okay, क्या है radian or degree? Okay, so the answer is option D. Option D. Okay, please, very important, remember it. Preet Chopra, very good. Navin edits. Hi, hello, Navin. Yeah, can you tell me where are you from, you guys? Did Preet Chopra 7171? You have give the correct answer. But can you tell me where are you from? Where are you watching from? And that Navin, can you tell me where are you watching from? Okay. So remember that you are measuring. No, like absolutely from India, but can you specify the place name? Absolutely. See, I am teaching for JEE NEET, and only that Indian student. I know that foreign students are eligible, but most of the language is from India. So Indians were watching. Okay, really? Are you from Bengaluru? Okay. Oh, thank you. So we are reaching till Bengaluru, right? It's a good thing. Okay. I hope you're getting. Is my voice is clear to you? Are you getting me? Preach Chopra. Are you getting what I'm teaching? Okay. I hope you are getting. Let me move to next question. Yeah. So which is not a physical quantity? Which is not a physical quantity? Okay, it's not visible. It's actually when something happen like a sudden change, so it's blurring. This camera has some problem. So okay, which is not a physical quantity? Not a physical quantity. Okay. What is physical quantity? That we can touch and see, right? We can touch and see, right? And measure. Touch and see, right? And we can measure, right? So volume we can measure, right? Okay, not a physical quantity means we can't touch, right? Volume we can measure, and right, we can measure the volume. Time we can measure also. Length, but we can't measure mole. We can't measure the mole. Okay, what is mole? Number of atoms. What is mole? It's a Avogadro's number, right? What is mole? One mole. There is no meaning of mole. Okay, mole means it's used to measure. I hope you read in chemistry that some basic concepts of chemistry that chapter. So mole means it's used to find the number of atoms or number of electron or whatever it is. Okay, from the molar mass. So it is not a physical quantity, not a physical. Sorry, I did a mistake. Okay, yeah, sorry, it's correct. Mole is not a physical quantity. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Mole is not a physical quantity. Okay, so it's easy one. Just move to next one. Yeah, that is a very good question. This is a very good question. Okay. Yeah, it's a level of question. Someone is asking, please level it up. So, if x distance traveled by the body in meters with t the time in seconds, then what will be the unit of b? And what then the unit of b r? Okay. Okay. So tell me. See, I taught you that principle of homogeneity, right? And what is this principle telling? If a physical equation is correct, the dimension of LHS must be equal to the dimension of each term of the RHS, right? Again, मैं क्या बोला? If कोई अगर फिजिकल इक्वेशन करेक्ट होगा, if a physical equation is correct, the dimension of LHS must be equal to each term dimension of the RHS. Means x क्या है? X is distance, given that x is your distance, right? X is your distance. Okay. So what is distance dimension? It's L. If I put dimension L, it's L, right? So as per principle of homogeneity, as per the principle of homogeneity, everything of RHS have to be L, has to be L. The dimension of every term of the RHS has to be L. So it has to be A by T has to be L, B by T square has to be L, and C has to be L. Dimension, right? Okay. It's your principle of homogeneity. Again, I'm telling it's very, very important. Okay. If a physical equation is correct, the dimension of LHS must be equal to each term of dimension of RHS. It is the principle of homogeneity. So you are applying here. So x is L, then the RHS each term like A by T, B by T square, and C must be dimension of L. So what they're asking, the unit of B. So I can write B by T square is L. What is B? L T square. B is L T square. What is unit of length? What is unit of length is meter? Is meter. Okay. And what is unit of T square? T is what? Second. It means second square. So it's meter into second square. It is meter into second square. Option C. I hope you got this. It's meter into second square. Option C. Preet Chopra, sir, can you tell how to score good in JEE mains in math, chemistry, and physics? We schedule how much study. So, to be honest, Preet Chopra, like it depends on you, like how much you're getting. If you're grasping good, then like you're a fresher or already 12th pass out. Let me know. Okay, please do it. You're a fresher. See, then it will take some time. Then it will take some time to you. But first, you must understand that you have to get the concepts rather than memorizing it. Okay. First, try to get the concept. Then it will take some time. Like, uh, see, like if you good in physics, then it will not take that much time. It depends on your interest also. So many things are subject to. Okay, I don't know you personally, otherwise I would have told you. But if you're interested in physics, then it will take less time to you. Okay. Eventually, see, I can let me tell you, you have to be good in two subject, very good in two subject for JEE Mains, because uh, if you score 200 plus or like 200 also, you got a very good score in JEE, good percentile in JEE Mains. Okay. So no need to worry for that. Try to be good in two, at least two subject. Okay, fine. Okay. Basically, I applied principle of homogeneity here. Okay. So I hope you got this. Let me move to another question. Yeah. See, a unitless quantity does not exist, always has a non-zero dimension, never has a non-zero dimension, may have a non-zero dimension. Okay. See, there is some unitless quantity. Okay. Unitless. What is unitless? See, like, hmm. So can you tell me the answer? Anyone? So take it as a homework. Take it as a homework. Okay, it's very easy. But let me tell the hint. Think about the angle. Think about the angle. Okay, angle is a unit but no dimension. Okay, but no dimension. Okay, it's a homework. Okay, it's a very good question also. Again, in a relation, f is equal to a sin k1x plus b sin k2t, where f, x, and t denote are 4 different time with small t. Okay, it should be not capital T. Okay, okay. It should not capital T. It is your small t. Okay. F, X, and okay. The unit of K1 and K2 are respectively. Unit of K1 and K2 are respectively. Okay. Again, principle of homogeneity. See, here again principle of homogeneity. Okay. The most of the question is solved by principle of homogeneity. Okay. I told just before. Okay. If physical equation correct, the LHS dimension must be equal to each term of RS side dimension. Okay. So now the F is a sin k1x plus b sin k2 k2t. Okay. See, if you remember in the last video, I told some important point. Right? And I told one thing, that argument of sine or cosine or any trigonometric function, they are coming with angle. They are coming with some angle, right? Any trigonometry is called argument. You can study in mathematics that function relation and function or trigonometric function itself. That is called argument. Okay. So this it is theta. We know that there is no sine. It's always sine theta or cos theta, right? So they are coming with angle, right? Theta, and the theta must be dimensionless. Because again I told that arc length L equal to r theta, L by r equal to theta. So there is no dimension for that theta. Okay, it should be a dimensionless quantity. Whatever the inside should be dimensionless. Okay, it is dimensionless. Okay, let me write clearly. It is dimensionless. Whatever it is, sine, cos, any trigonometric function is come with dimensionless theta, right? Sine, cot, tan, whatever it is, right? So from this argument, from this logic, this k1x must be dimensionless because its sine, its k2t must be dimensionless, right? K2t must be dimensionless, right? Yes or no? Okay, k1x must be dimensionless, k2t must be dimensionless. Okay. So now by this, okay, I can write. So k1 x must be dimension 0, means m0, l0, t0, right? Means how much? Dimension, there is no dimension, so it's how much? 1. Na? So m0 is 1, l0, t0 is 1. So it's k1 into x is equal to 1. So what is k1? It's 1 by x. 1 by x. So what they're asking? They're asking what is the unit of k1 and k2. So what is k1? What is x? X unit is distance. X is what? Distance. So 1 by distance means 1 by meter. 1 by meter. So it's meter is meter inverse. Meter inverse. Okay. Meter inverse. Fine. So which there? So option 1 or either option B or option C will be correct, right? So option it's meter inverse. Option A and D will wipe out, right? So now same argument. Look at here. It's K2T. It has to be dimensionless. The K2T dimension must be 1. 1 you're getting 1, right? Because of M0, so M0, L0, T0, that's why 1. So the K2 is 1 by T, 1 by T, it means second inverse. So that K1 is meter inverse, K2 is second inverse, okay. So it's option B. Okay? I hope you got this. Okay. So please, so let me move. We're going slow. Yeah, again, this one easy. Please, as a theory, okay. Yeah, number of base SI units is okay. क्या क्या SI unit था हमारा? बोलो. 7, right? Fundamental quantity is 7, right? So it's 7. What are they? Mass, length, time, current, temperature, luminous of intensity, candela, and amount of substance, right? There were 7 base SI unit. Okay, fine. Mass, length, time, current, temperature, luminous of intensity, and amount of substance. Okay, which is one. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions. Okay. Many questions are same actually. Yeah, it's over. Okay. So we'll solve this question. Actually, it's a JEE main 2026. This first question. Okay, this here question. Okay. So the potential energy of a particle changes with distance x h v equal to a root x by x plus b. So v क्या है इधर? The v is your potential energy. Okay, v is your potential energy. Okay, fine. Where a and b are constant with appropriate dimension, the dimension of a into b, So basically, you have to find what is dimension of a, what is dimension of b, then multiply. Okay. So again, the rules. What I told. See, in this kind of question, look at where you are adding or subtracting two terms. In this kind of question, please look at where you are adding or subtracting two terms. Okay. So here, look at here. We're adding, right? We are adding x with b. And what is x? X is your distance. Look at here. X is your distance, right? Okay. So what I told, if we add or subtract two physical terms, the dimension must be same. For adding or subtract, what is the rule? The dimension we can add or subtract two physical quantity if the dimension is same. It means x and b are of same dimension. If x is distance, b is also distance. If x is distance, b is also distance. So x is distance, which implies to b is also distance. And what is distance dimension? What is b dimension? L. B dimension is L1, right? L1 or L. So again, you get from here. What is potential energy dimension? What is potential energy? Energy is work done. I told. What is dimension of energy? It's M1, L2, T minus 2, right? It's potential energy dimension. Okay, it's L2. Okay. So now we got that B dimension is L, right? Now what is A dimension? So now tell me, if I add L with L, I got L again. Na? What I told, if you add length to length, you got length again. So by adding x with b, what is the dimension of x plus b? Length again. The dimension of x plus b is L. The dimension of x plus b is L, right? So now that a root x is what? L. So I'm putting dimension of each term. Okay. So it's a root x means what? L power half, right? By what is x plus b? L. So now to find dimension of A. So now solve it here. That's M1, L2, T minus 2. It is how much? L half will go. So it's half, it's become half. This will multiply over here, it's L half. right? It is my A dimension. This is my dimension of A. What is dimension of A? It's M1 L2 plus f is how much? 5 by 2, right? So it's L 5 by 2 T minus 2. Okay, T minus 2, it's A dimension. I hope you got 2 plus half 2.5 na, 2 plus half is 2.5, 2.5 is 5 by 2, right? 5 by, okay. So they're asking what is A by B dimension, what is A into B dimension, okay. So dimension of A into B, what is dimension of A? So A into B dimension, so what is dimension? Dimension is what? What is A dimension? M1 L 5 by 2 T minus 2, and what is B dimension? B dimension is L, right? So if you multiply this thing, what you got? M1 L power 7 by 2 T minus 2. M1 L 7 by 2 T minus, option D. Option D. Okay, kindly check it. Okay. Fine. Option D. I hope you got this. Okay. Basically, if you're adding with x plus b, the x dimension must be, b dimension must be same as x, or x dimension must be same as b. Okay, because you can add or subtract two physical quantity if they are of same dimension. So from this idea, I got b dimension is L. Then I solve this for the dimension and get the dimension of A. Then A into B is okay. M1. Okay. Fine. Okay. I hope you can do the same question. Okay, let me solve it. Okay. So x is given as A sin t plus B cos square t plus ct square plus d. So they're asking what is the dimension of ABC by D? ABC by D, right? Again, as per the principle of homogeneity, right? If LHS is dimension is whatever the LHS dimension, it is the dimension of each term of RHS side. So LH is what? Dimension is L. The dimension is L. So this A by sin t dimension is also L. B cos square t dimension is also L. Ct square dimension is also L. D dimension is also L, right? As per the principle of homogeneity. Okay, it's not it's L length. Okay, fine. And I told that the important point that sine theta or whatever sine, cos, sine inverse, log, etc. has no dimension. Okay, they are dimensionless. Sine, cos, any trigonometric function, sine inverse, log, they are actually dimensionless. So from this, I can write that A sin t must be dimension of L, and this is dimensionless. This is dimensionless. It has no dimension because trigonometric function. So A dimension is L. Okay, A dimension is L. Okay. Next, B cos square t is also L. Okay. See, if cos has no dimension, cos square also has no dimension. So from this, cos square also has no dimension. It means that B dimension is also L. Okay, B dimension is also L. Again, ct square dimension is also L. Okay, so what is C dimension? L by T square, L by T square. So T is time, right? So L by T square. Okay, L by T square. And D dimension is L. D dimension is L, right? Okay. I hope you got. I applied the principle of homogeneity, and any trigonometric function has no dimension. Sin t has no dimension, cos t has no dimension. Okay, cos square also has no dimension. So now what is ABC by D dimension? Okay. What is ABC by D? What is A? A is L, B is L, C is L by T square. So it's L. So now, okay, I'm writing here, student. Look at here. It's L. B is also L. It's L by T square. C is L by T square. And D. D is L. D is your L. So we will go right. So we will go. So what remain? L square by T square. L square by T square or L2 T minus 2. L2 T minus 2. Okay. Here ABC by D. I'm finding here ABC by D dimension. Okay. Fine. Okay, it's option A. L2 T minus 2. L2 T minus 2. Okay. Okay. Are we getting this thing? Let me move to next. Okay. ये भी कर लोगे, I think. Let me give some hint. Please solve it. I'll tell the answer. I don't know the answer again. But what they're asking? Dimension of A, B minus 2. A into B minus 2. Okay, let me solve it for you. Okay. But you must have know the. Okay, not required that thing. Okay. So it's given. Uh, Let me part it. Okay, I'm writing from here. They given the equation P plus A by B square, A by B square, B minus B equal to RT equal to. It's a PB equal NRT, the ideal gas equation. It's non-ideal gas equation. Okay, it's modified ideal gas equation. Okay, we'll discuss in thermodynamics or in chemistry also. There is. Okay, so they're asking what is the dimension of AB minus 2. Okay. So again, so no need to worry for dimension of this thing. But see, P is pressure, P is what? Pressure, B is volume, B is volume. Okay, B is your volume. Okay, P is pressure, B is volume. Okay. So again, if you're adding with, see, you're adding P with A by B square, na? A by B square. So what is dimension of P? So if P is pressure, P is pressure, the dimension of A by B square must be pressure. If P is pressure, because you're adding, right? If P is pressure, the dimension of A by B square must be instead of dimension of pressure, dimension of pressure. What is pressure? Pressure is, you know the formula, force by area. Force is what? M1 L1 T minus 2. What is area? L2. Area is L2. What is dimension of this thing? If I solve it, I got M1 L minus 1 T minus 2. It is my pressure dimension, right? Because M1 L1 T minus 2 is the force by area is what? Length into breadth, length into length, right? So L2, right? Okay. So it's solid. Okay. So that pressure dimension must be equal to A by B square dimension. B is volume, B is volume, right? Because we are adding, right? So I'm writing here the dimension of pressure must be equal to dimension of A by B square. So P into B square is how much? A is your A, right? So what is pressure dimension? It's M1 L minus 1 L minus 1 T minus 2. And what is volume? Volume means length into height, length into length, L cube. It's L3 power 2, right? Volume square with L3 power 2. It is 3, okay. L3 power, okay, let me write. Okay, to solve it, what I got? M1 L minus 1 plus 6 T minus 2. M1 L minus 1 plus 6 T minus 2. If I solve it, what I got is equal to A dimension. Then that A dimension is, I'm doing it. Okay, that A dimension must be M1 L5 T minus 2. It is your A dimension. Okay, and again, you have to find B dimension. Again, they are given that B minus B. B minus B. Okay. See, what is B? B is volume. B is your volume, and B you don't know. Again, if you are adding or subtracting something, the dimension must be same, because we are subtracting B from the volume. B from the volume. The diameter of B must be equal to diameter of volume, because we are subtracting that B from that volume. The diameter of B must be equal to the volume. It means the dimension of B must be equal to dimension is equal, right? So it is volume dimension LQ. Okay, volume dimension is LQ. So now we got that B is LQ and A is this much. Okay, now what is AB minus 2? So it's AB minus 2 is how much? So it's M1 L5 T minus 2 and L3 minus 2. Means how much it is? If you solve it, M1 L5, it's minus 6, na? That minus 6. 3 minus 2 minus 6 power must be multiplied. T minus 2, right? It's how much? M1 L minus 1 T minus 2. M1 L minus 1 T minus. Okay, oh my god. Okay, okay. So basically, you don't know this because I solve for dimension, but they're asking which physical quantity. Again, you don't know the formula. Don't know the formula. It come with, I think, compressibility. That mass, length, time, right? So, okay, you don't know the formula. Okay, leave it, because I was thinking you don't know this thing. You don't know. Okay, till now. So, okay, leave it. Okay, leave it. I hope you can do it. Okay, let me solve last question, and next question will be homework. Okay. So B is velocity. B is given. B is how much? AT square BT by C plus T. Okay. Then dimension of ABC. Okay. B is what? Velocity. B is what here? It is your B is. B is your. Right. So now tell me. So first, what you look? You have to look which term you are adding or subtracting. See, you are adding C plus T, right? C plus. Okay. See, if you apply the principle of homogeneity, tell me if B is velocity, then this AT square must be velocity. This is also velocity. Okay, fine. So now tell me. Okay, I can write AT square is velocity. What is velocity? L1 T minus 1. The T square I can write as T2. Right? What is A dimension? If I solve it, I got L1 T minus 3. Right? If it will go this side, T by 2 by T2. If you got offside, it is minus 2. So L1 T minus 3. It's A dimension. See now, BT by C plus T must be equal dimension of velocity, which is L1 T minus 1, right? Okay. So now, see, you're adding C with T, you're adding C with T. What I told, if you add or subtract, the dimension must be same. So T, if T is time, C is also time. Because if you add something, the dimension must be same. or if you add time with time, we got time, right? So from that, because of addition, we got that C dimension is time. C dimension is T, right? And if we adding time with time, C is time, T is the time. We got time only. It means that BT, the T is time. It is also time. It is also time, right? Is equal to M1. Sorry, not M1. It's L1. Velocity L1 T minus 1. The T will go right. Okay, if you put dimension also, it's okay. Let me put the dimension. See, it's BT, it time, it is also time. It is velocity at L1, T minus 1. It will go right. So B is how much? L1, T minus 1. Right. So they're asking what is dimension of ABC? Dimension of A into B into C. I'm writing here ABC means just multiply dimension L1, T minus 3 into B is L1, T minus 1 and C is T. C is your T. If you solve it, what you got? The T minus 3, T minus 1, the L1, L1, the L2. It become L2. T minus 3, T minus 1, T. Means what? The T plus 1 will go right, plus 1 will go, it will 0, and T minus 3. It's T minus 3. So L2, M0 and M0. Nothing is there means M, we can write 0. M0, L2, T minus 3. Option D. Option D. Okay, M0, L2, T minus 3, the option will be D. Okay. Okay, I hope you got this. Please write it. Okay, and the rest of thing I'll give you as a homework. I think 2 questions remain. This one and this one. Okay, this one. Yeah, 3 questions remain. See, again that idea is same here. Sine something has no dimension. It is also has no dimension. Okay, the idea is same. Okay. Uh, this also I solved. I think this thing again I repeated. This I solved this question, so it's already solved. Okay, this I solved. Only 2 questions remain. This and this. Okay, I give some hint over there. See, whatever is inside the sign, there is no dimension, so everything is dimensionless. It is also dimensionless. Lambda is the wavelength. Wavelength means L. Okay, here also B is the speed, B is the speed. Okay, lambda is wavelength, G is acceleration, and rho is density. So the values of ABC. Okay, let me solve it for you. Last one. Okay, B is equal to lambda times A, G times B, rho times C. Okay. So again apply principle of homogeneity. Principle of homogeneity. So that if a physical equation is correct, the LHS dimension must be equal to RHS side dimension. The LHS side dimension must be equal to RHS side dimension. It's how much? So B, what is the dimension of B? It is L1 T minus 1, L1 T minus 1, right? So lambda is your wavelength. Lambda is your wavelength. Wavelength. Length is L. Length is L, right? So lambda is, I'm writing wavelength. Wavelength means it's L. Dimension is L. Okay. So lambda L times A. Lambda is dimension. I'm putting dimension of each term. Okay, L times A. What is G? G is your acceleration. G is your acceleration. And what is acceleration? B by T. So dimension is L T minus 2. L T minus 2. So I can write L T minus 2 power B. What is rho? Rho is density. Rho is density. Then mass by volume. Mass by volume. It's how much? M1 and volume is L3. So L minus 3. So it's how much? M1 L minus 3 power is C. Power is C. Okay. Fine. So solve it now. I can write like this. M0 L1 T minus 1. I can write like this. It's how much? See, LA plus B minus 3C minus 3C. Right, minus 3C from here. And T, how much? T minus 2B. T is minus 2B and okay. T is minus 2B and M is 1, right? 1 C, M is C, M is C. Now compare diameter power of each term. Okay. So if I compare M power, so C is 0, C is 0. If I compare M power, then L power is how much? 1. So A plus B minus 3C is 1. What is L power? It's 1 there. So A plus B 3C is 1. Yes or no? Now what is T power? T is minus 2B. So minus 2B, this side minus 2B, this side is how much? Minus 1, it will go, right? So from this you get B is 1 by 2. B is 1 by 2. C is 0, B is 1 by 2. Okay. So which option is okay? And find option A is right. Okay. So put it here na. So A, you would find A, B is 1 by 2 minus 3C is equal to 1. So C is 0, C is 0, 3 into 0, right? It's how much? A is equal to 1 minus half, it is your half. So A is half, A is half, B is half, C is 0, C is 0, A is half. So half of 0, option A. Okay, I hope you got this. So, and I left only one question, take as a homework, please solve it and let me know in the next class. Okay, I hope you got this video and the lecture. I think this video will discuss about the problems of PIQ, mostly PIQ of JEE and NEET. Okay, I hope you got this. Again मैं बोल रहा हूँ क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस रहना, थ्योरी समझ नहीं आएगा तो क्वेश्चन से पता चल जाएगा क्या क्या समझ नहीं आ रहा है. तो मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन कुछ आइडिया से सॉल्व हो जाएगा, तो पढ़ा हूँ उससे ही सॉल्व हो जाएगा. ओके, फाइन. आई होप दिस वीडियो इज हेल्पफुल. इफ यू फाइंड दिस हेल्पफुल, प्लीज लाइक एंड शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब द चैनल. Okay, and let me know if you don't get anything in the comment section. So good night to all. I hope you get this. The next chapter will be that error. Okay, errors and significant figure. Error and significant figure. It will be on the tomorrow's evening. Okay, thank you.